college is a time for discovering yourself. It's a time of self-discovery, a time of knowledge, a time of stress. Whether you're, getting your master's in fucking, I don't know, whether you're becoming a doctor or teacher, or you're just college age and you are kind of in that college stage of your life, that, that early adulthood. It's not navigating, and people love to go to r/college rant with those problems for either advice or just to vent. Today we're going to be going through a couple of the stories, and I'm very excited.
I take my college rants as a college student myself to my stuffed animals behind me. If you are an audio listener, I have a multitude of stuffed animals lining up behind me. I take all of my college stress to them, or my cat, or my boyfriend. I tend to not do my boyfriend so much because I don't want to stress him out in his life. But college stress is a different kind of stress, because something that could be minute in the real world outside of college expands into something that is all consuming and a black hole of disappointment for a lot of people.
College I feel like amplifies a lot of the issues in someone's life, because not only does it add extra stress, it's kind of like having kids in a marriage. It's like it's gonna bring a lot of challenges that you must navigate, and it's gonna test your relationship. College tests your sanity, I feel like, on a lot of levels.
And also tests your self-worth a lot of the time, because in college you're not going to be able to be a straight A student as easily as you were in high school. And if people hold their self-worth in academics, which a lot of people do, you're going to have to rally with that, because you're not going to be a straight A student in college unless you are incredibly smart or an incredibly easy degree. And even then, so
you're gonna have ups and downs. Even those that were straight A's in high school, 4.0, whatever the fuck, they struggle in college in one way, shape, or form, even if they seem like they're doing fine. Everyone struggles with different things in their lives. You might be great at one thing, someone else might suck at that one thing, vice versa. So today we're going to be going through these stories, and some of them asked for advice, and we'll be giving our advice on those, but we're also going to be giving our advice on the vents. Let's be honest here. That's kind of the whole point. We give unsolicited advice on this podcast.
Yeah, and like everything, again, we have not said this in a while, but everything is our opinion.
Yes.
And everything can be taken with a grain of salt.
A chunk.
A little pinch.
Some would say.
We're not trained professionals. I am studying psychology, and I'm studying a lot of trauma psychology mentally, so I can speak on a little bit of that. I'm not licensed yet, but we're not professionals. We are two girls who yap and own microphones.
We
and
are.
Have
we
access
are.
to the internet.
Have I watched multiple Harvard lectures while doing my makeup this morning? Yes, that's just my current ADHD hyperfixation. I am by no means a professional. And so yeah, everything with a chunk of salt, like you said.
Not a chunk, girl. A pinch. A grain.
No, a chunk.
A grain of salt.
A chunk of salt. We need it. We need all the grace we can have. Don't take our advice as law. Take our advice as just
a gentle
opinion.
Suggestion at most. A gentle suggestion at most.
Best advice I've ever gotten in my life. Only take advice from people who you want the lives of. If you don't want lives like us, don't take our damn advice.
Low key though, I am a really level-headed and relaxed college student comparatively to a lot of my peers. I don't know why that is. I just think I just accept it. Oh, I got a C? Okay. Oh, I failed? Okay. Oh, I have 15 papers due in 1 week and I literally have no time to breathe? Okay.
You are very some would take it with the flow. Some would say Delulu. I would say though. I would say that you just have a very I would say personally that you just have a very it is what it is mindset. You can't change the professor's mind on your specific grade unless it is something that you genuinely feel like is an issue that they overlooked in
See, I've already been I've already been to the dean's office one too many times. Not for anything on my end. And I just don't want to actually have to go and speak to them about a grade change.
I think that's also the other thing.
You're
just like, you don't want to bother anyone. You don't want to worry about it. You don't want to worry yourself. So you're just like, you know what? At this point, I'm going to just try my best. And if that's not enough, cool. I'll move on with my life.
Listen, C's get degrees. Unless you're in the medical field, please don't get C's to get that degree. I beg of you. But every other degree, C's get degrees, babe. Don't worry about it. In the real world, honestly, it's a real world experience over academics.
And that is why I say take our advice with a chunk of salt. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into these stories
with Alex
and Izzie. I forgot we had an intro.
Okay, so we're just gonna like dive like head first.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing back and forth. I have a longer one, and she has like a medium and then shorter one to end us off with. So
yeah. So this one is an advice wanted. So like, hi, cosmic freak. Same. Same. I will give any advice I can. So I already had a nervous breakdown on the first day. Same, me too. I did too. I actually cried when I got my admission letter. And I said I got into college. I cried. Not out of joy, but out of stress. So here we are.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. School scares me. School scares me. I understand.
School doesn't scare me, but
it's the pressure. It's the pressure. That's the part that scares me as well. Yeah.
That people put on you. Because
it's
like, oh, you're a college student? What grades are you studying? Like, what grades do you go? But what are you studying? What are you going to do with that? I'm like,
yeah.
You are 40-something years old. Worry about your life, not mine.
That's very fair. So title is already had a nervous breakdown on the first day. So let's hear what happened.
Okay. Open canvas and just started crying.
We laugh because we understand.
Yeah, same. It's a coping. It's a cope laugh.
It is.
I hate this degree so. Can we cuss right now? Are we deep enough in the episode?
We're 7 minutes in. We're good.
I hate this degree so fucking much. But it's the only thing for someone like me. I have no social skills and hate being around other people so much. I get annoyed so quickly. Me too. I have a meeting with a career counselor on Monday. I've been avoiding meeting with my advisor to request permission to retake a class I need for the major. People say I'm not dumb because I got into a good school, but I can't help but hate it here. I have a lecture today and don't even want to watch the recording. No, I'm not good at anything. No, I don't have any passions. I'm not interested in anything. I just want to be left alone forever. Spent the past 3 months circling between sleeping and jogging and not much else. I'm 21 and my life is over. I feel like a child. I can't handle 3 classes on the first day. I hate my life. There are so many more capable people out there. I'm here on a scholarship. There are people who are studying worthwhile things like engineering and bio that are struggling to meet rent that deserve my scholarship more than me. I got a C in the class I have to retake, and it pisses me off that I have to retake it. I keep saying I'll wait for tomorrow, but really I hope tomorrow never comes.
Girl, you need therapy and a hug. You need a hug real bad. Oh my god. Okay, if you're watching this, I'm hugging you. Okay? I am hugging you so tight in my arm. Baby girl, baby boy, whoever you are, they, them, icon, baby MB. I am so sorry that you feel this way, and I hear you completely. You are deserving of good things. I know it's hard because you feel like other people deserve it over you.
Yeah.
Just if this might not help. This is really the only advice I can give. I feel like you'll be able to talk more about this because you have more experience that's similar to this. With attending college and stuff like that. My college course was when I was in high school, so it was a very different type of experience. But the only advice I will give on this matter is, until I yap again, probably, let's be honest here, is try to find someone to talk to, because it's very apparent, and maybe this is your version of that. This is your talking to someone for the first time. I'm really proud of you for posting this, because I think you really needed to get this off your chest, because I think there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders right now. And I really, I hear your pleas. I hear you, and I hope that you know that other people have felt this way too. Like, you're not alone in feeling this way at all. And I would use that feeling of like someone else could have had this scholarship, but it's given to me, as motivation to try your best to just keep going, just survive. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect if you just survive. Sometimes that's all you can do in certain moments of stress, in certain moments of so much pressure being on you. And I really hope that things get better. And I, as an introvert, I relate to the, I'm not good at talking to people. I'm not, like, I don't want to be around other people. I just want people to leave me the fuck alone. It feels like you're very burnt out. You're really burnt out of social interaction and of using your brain. And that's hard because you just got into college. It's a very hard situation. But if you genuinely, if it's coming between you and living happily, remember that you can drop out. If it's becoming a, like, you're getting to the point where you are having thoughts of unaliving yourself, because towards the end it was really feeling like you didn't want to live anymore because of how much stress you were under. So please put yourself first, because right now that's all you can do, because you are in survival mode right now.
So there's so I'll speak on it because I've had very similar stuff, but there is some more in the comment section, which I'll get to after I say this. So it sounds like you're in a art major, because I believe Canvas is
Canvas is just a college, like, it just shows you classes, I believe. Hold on, let me just make sure.
I have a different one.
It's just it's just a it's Canvas by Instructure. It's like you like log in, there's like,
so it's just that. So I will say this,
it's a course management system. Like, there we go, that's the word for it.
Unhappy with the major you selected. And the reason you selected it sounds like it's the only thing you think you could do. In college, degrees that were presented to you in high school are different than what you actually think they are. Like, high school history versus college history are two very different things on what you're learning and what you're covering. So if you feel like college is your only option in life to get somewhere, because I know some people feel that way, maybe take a semester off and look into different degrees that you might want to switch into. Maybe something else that's more interesting, or something that's easier to learn if you feel like you're not picking up material as fast as somebody else. And then as far as not people skills, social skills, all of that, I would say, with everything that I've gleaned from this message, I reread the post, to put as a basis, I don't talk about it a lot, but I suffer from bipolar. So I have very bad depressive episodes. And then also with making decisions and accomplishing things, that's something that's very difficult for me when I'm in those states of mind. And it sounds like you might have something very similar. And then that brings to the post at the bottom and says, somebody commented that seems like you might need mental health support. And the OP responded, and it's just like, I'm just scared of going back because it never helped me in the past. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just so used to feeling miserable that I can't imagine feeling happy. It does sound like you have clinical depression,
Mm-hmm.
and it also seems like you might have some sort of learning. I don't want to say disability, but
You
challenge.
might have like ADD, ADHD, even though
Yeah,
ADD is kind of redundant because it's just a subsection of ADHD. But
yeah.
you might have something
So,
that is your brain works differently than other people's, and that can be really isolating. Really
mhm.
isolating.
And so I will say, a lot of people in the comments are super, super supportive.
Oh, I'm
So
glad.
they are getting a lot of support from this.
That's good.
Uh,
That's good.
and as far as not feeling worth it, um, I felt that way a lot in the beginning of my college. Um, I felt that I was kind of given opportunities to take some like higher level courses that I feel like if I got a low grade in, that I wasn't worth it. And so I feel like that's kind of how you're might be perceiving it. So you're on scholarship and you got a C for a major class. Um, because some classes are your gen ed, which doesn't really matter if you get a C in your gen ed, you just pass it. But when you take a class that you it's a required credit for graduation, sometimes there's a certain threshold that you can't score lower to be able to pass it. So those are a bit more serious. So I would say, as a fellow 21-year-old, your life is not over. I went to college late, later than most people would
Mm-hmm.
say. Like, I didn't do the whole graduate at 18 and then, like, next summer you're in school.
Which
I
I think
didn't
is
do that.
crazy, by the way. Like, personally, I'm like, those people, like,
You're a kid. You're
that's
a baby.
crazy. Like, you
Like,
are, like, barely an adult. Like, obviously, like, I
mhm.
feel like teens are so, like, especially with modern technology and everything, like, they're
Also,
so ahead of what teens were, obviously, like, decades ago. But, like, I still feel
also
like
this
you have
is
so
like,
much discovering to do about who you are and what you want to do with your life. Because like that's
not
kind of one of the
even
things they
just
said
that.
is like they don't feel like they're passionate about anything, and I feel like maybe they haven't had the
Yeah.
chance to even find what they're passionate about.
It's life experience. And, like, you do get that through college,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more so, experiencing life for yourself. Because when you're in college, you're experiencing it for yourself, but kind of around your peers, and your peers
Mm-hmm.
are heavily influencing your life. Um, and that's kind of different if you're just going through life by yourself and not in a structured environment like a college is. Um, it doesn't say anywhere in the post or in the comments if they went to college straight out of high school or if they waited a bit.
It says that it's
Um,
their first day and they're 21, so I'm assuming they waited, and they feel like
yeah.
they're late to the game because they started at 21.
Well, I'm not sure because they say like I got a C in a major class that I need for my major. And you can't really take those unless you take gen ed, which
I'm
is
not
like a
sure.
year, 2 years. So I'm not sure about that, but I will say again for mental health, because again, I went to a professional and I talked about it, and it wasn't what fit for me, simply because it didn't seem like it had a solution. It did help just to have somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
basically just like a human that's gonna just be able to bounce off, you
Yeah.
know? Um, and it seems like that might help. It's just to have someone to talk to. Again, also, you mentioned your advisors. Advisors are great. A lot of colleges have, um, I won't say mental health advisors, but kind of just overall student advisors. And if you're struggling, you can talk to them. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times they're very accommodating. Um, and it's, I think, like, probably needed, um, for you at this moment. So I looked at the profile of the OP and it says that they might have autism, which could explain a lot. Um,
100%. Sorry,
so
I turned down my gain for a second because there was a lawnmower outside.
oh yeah.
100%. That's what I, like kind of when I was saying like they could have
Mm-hmm.
ADHD, they could have autism. Like that is something that, especially in, I don't know their gender identity,
It says
but
her.
they say her.
Yeah,
Okay.
her.
So I, a lot of the time I've learned this through my family members and friends and stuff that have been diagnosed with autism. A lot of the time, especially in women, it's misdiagnosed or not diagnosed till later on in life, which can be
Mm-hmm.
incredibly. Hold on one second. there's a there we go.
You're just getting the guts mode. It's okay.
He just he's gonna make sure he gets it, I guess. And go over and over twice. But anyways, um, with autism, especially in women, it's diagnosed very late because for a very long time, the only research that was done on individuals with autism was done on men with autism. And so it's a very different, it affects the brain differently. And it's easy to overlook because the symptoms just show themselves differently,
Yeah.
based on your gender. And I know it can be really hard to fit into the mold of a neurotypical person as a neurodivergent person. And that really, I think, comes out in school settings and in work settings
Mm-hmm.
because those
And I
were
will
formed by neurotypical people for neurotypical people.
And I will say, like, a lot of today's learning is incredibly accommodating. At least my university is when it comes to people learning differently, or maybe they don't follow the same way of learning as somebody that's neurotypical, which obviously, some people are incredibly like my cousin. He is on the severe side of the autism spectrum, and he can only learn auditory learning. He can't read and process reading, so everything has to be through lectures or audiobooks, sound tapes, stuff like that. Um, and it sounds like they have something like that from like they have like a class recording and like they have like an in-person lecture, so you can like revisit it, which is good. Um, But I will say it's like they say that they don't have any passions. I'm not interested in anything. I just want to be left alone forever. I will say that does sound like someone who is burnt out and hasn't had enough time to self-discover or
Mm-hmm.
even just honestly recuperate from high school, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Um, and so my best advice, you're taking 3 classes on your first day. Um, I still feel like a child. You did mention that. I still feel like a child. I am 21. I still feel incredibly like a child.
We literally had
I
a
feel like
conversation about this
I,
earlier today off the
yeah,
podcast.
like
So,
I
like,
feel
we
like
get
I
it.
can't do anything. I'm like stuck. Like making adult decisions is difficult. Um, and definitely like people going to college that are like in my age demographic and after going through COVID, it's a very common thing. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are feeling like that because their life started late. Their life isn't looking like everyone else's life. Their college isn't looking like everyone else's college.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
mean,
hard to grapple
for
with.
individuals that are our age too, like like COVID started our like junior or senior year, and so like
Hmm.
it really, like, college specifically really threw everything off for that because we're
Yeah.
not doing what we were told our entire lives would be our college experience.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I would say you're taking 3 classes. I'll be honest, I started my first year of college. I did summer semester to kind of lead me up and make me comfortable with the idea of a full semester for fall. And I took 2 classes, and that was a lot. So I just took one, and I just kind of got used to learning structure, how college worked. And if this is your first year and you're taking 3 classes,
That is a
and you're
lot.
already overwhelmed, I would say try two
Mm-hmm.
or try one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like that's probably the smartest decision.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Um,
some in any of the comments have they okay, so yeah, they said the whole thing about in the past therapy not helping. They apparently booked an appointment with the school's counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know if they're gonna get fully diagnosed or not. I was in high school, but my mom made me lie to the psychiatrist until they removed it. That experience kind of traumatized me.
Oh, okay.
So they are not diagnosed, which means they can't have the proper accommodations without a diagnosis,
Yeah.
which makes it even harder for them to be able to get the proper accommodations. And I don't blame them for being
So,
traumatized from that experience. That sounds very overwhelming and a lot of pressure from a high school. I think this pressure goes back a long time. It seems
mhm.
them getting the scholarship is
It's
not the beginning of pressure being put on their shoulders.
so their degree is accounting.
Mm, mm.
Um,
Oh, that's hard as it
which
is. That's hard for a neurotypical person. Oh my god. Oh my
which
god.
I will say accounting is not for everyone.
No,
Even
not at
if you
all.
think it is, you can go into it, take a class in it, and then realize, I
This
hate
isn't for
it.
me. Yeah.
Y'all, deuces. I'm going to a different major. And that's normal. In college, people switch majors all the time. It's
Yeah.
very rare that somebody goes in with a starting major being like, oh, I want to go into history.
And
And then like they take
it's
4 history
never
classes and they're
too
just like,
late
no,
to
I want to
change your
switch.
major or too soon to change your
Hmm.
major. Like I know someone that literally went 3 years out of a 4-year degree then changed their major the last year. Like
Yeah.
it's okay to change your major if and I think the main part that is hard for OP is they don't feel like they're passionate about anything. So they're like I don't know what
Hmm.
even I would want to do over
And that's the
that.
thing is explore.
Mhm.
I was fortunate enough to be able to go into 2 degrees that I have interest in, that I like.
Mhm.
But that's because I graduated early high school and I had like a good 4 years
Yeah.
ish to just explore. And I just figured out what I wanted to do. I tried different things out. I learned here and there. And it sounds like you might have not had that.
Mhm.
Um, or you might have just been pushed into accounting. And if that's not their passion for you, even if you say you don't have passions, but it's not something that's working with you and how you learn, then explore. Go see something else. Go try a different degree in the same field or, you know, maybe a different field. Maybe instead of a science degree, change it over to an arts degree.
Mhm.
Um, and this is accounting, and it's like everyone says it requires good social skills and multiple rounds of interviews. I can't even get a fast food job.
Mm.
I will say this, social skills are learned over time,
Mhm. And it can be hard as
and
someone
trained.
who's autistic though. Like I will say that
Hmm.
like that is something that like you don't it social cues a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time are not they're not a like
Hmm.
inherent like thing that is learned through childhood for someone who's autistic.
Yeah.
And so that
Like
obviously is
my
different
my little
for
cousin
that.
goes to like different classes now that he's a
Mhm.
bit older. He goes to classes to teach a autistic person like he is how to navigate social
Mhm.
situations better because he is middle school, I think, end of middle school
Yeah.
age. So he's learning how to
And that's
navigate
it is
social
different as I said earlier
surroundings.
for boys
Hmm.
autism it is just different, and also they're
Yeah,
not diagnosed, so like that is something
yeah,
we really need to keep into account here is they're not able to go to a class, and it seems like they're really scared to get a diagnosis because of
yeah.
what happened with their mom. So it is a different situation, and I have 2 family members with autism. Actually, I have 3 family members with autism, and I have a handful of friends with autism as well. And
Hmm.
so I have seen it primarily affect a lot of, specifically my family, a lot of men. And I can also see a lot of the women friends I have who were diagnosed with autism. Majority of the time, it was later on in life, and they went all the way through high school and college with zero help, and it drove them insane. Like, they were struggling so bad in school. And then for some people, school is really easy for them, and that's totally the situation for some people as well. But it feels like they are overstimulated, burn out, and they never had a chance to learn about themselves. And I empathize with that a lot, and I have seen that in some of my friends, and it does, I know everyone
And it
says this, but it
also,
does get better. It really does, especially when you start to accept the fact that your brain works differently than other people's, and figure out the best ways for you to be able to cope with that.
and it does sound like I was right with being pushed into accounting. Um, it seems like maybe that's something their parent wanted. Um, and they're scared about changing because they already spent $400 on textbooks. Fun fact, a lot of college you can sell back textbooks, not for full price, but you can still sell back
Yeah.
textbooks and stuff. So I would say they are talking to someone, which is
Good.
great.
Good.
Um, they're reading all the advice. And somebody gave really good advice about switching to a different major within the same career field,
Yeah, that would
which
be,
is biostatistics.
yeah.
And then they said that the OP, it says that they're talking to someone about programs. So
Awesome.
it
Okay,
sounds like they
cool.
are going on the right path for
I'm
everything.
so
But
proud of
again,
them. Wow. It's
going
hard.
back
It's so
to
hard.
going back to just college. College is about exploration and figuring yourself out. And yes, getting a major and graduating if that's what you want. But ultimately, it's have grace with yourself and don't be too hard on yourself or compare yourself. Is something that's very hard to get around in college because you obviously do it all the time. But if a normal schedule isn't working for you, a normal quote schedule for a college student isn't working for you, then create your own, hybrid it.
Yeah.
Whether that be 2 classes a semester, 5
One
classes,
class, five
break it
classes.
up,
Yeah, whatever works best for you.
whatever
Or
you can think of.
again, no classes, go to trade school if there's
Yeah,
something that you feel like you would have a more an easier
go
time, as
get
well as a more
certificate.
fulfilling time with,
Yeah,
like,
there's certificates out there that you can do for like classes and different certifications you can get. Um, so there are a lot of options,
and you
and a lot of
it's
people
I feel
view
like it's
college as just you have to go to college to get a good job. No,
yeah,
you
which
can
is
go get a
not the
certificate
case. I did
and
not go.
then
I didn't go to college. I owed a very specific circumstance, obviously, but I full time content creator and voice actor. Like, it was, again, something I'd been working on since I was a teenager. So I had the privilege of not having to pay bills when I was getting into this job, and that's different. But it's something that I feel like, especially nowadays, is so, there's a lot of pressure on people
Mhm.
to get a degree, and that's just something you want to do. That's awesome, but I feel like it definitely shouldn't be as, I guess, like, forced on some people as I feel like it is.
Yeah.
And also remember, when it comes to your future, it is your future, not your mom's or your dad's or whatever parent is pressuring you. It kind of seems like your mom tends to be the one to pressure you, just from the psychiatrist story you told.
Mhm.
It truly, it's your future, not your mom's. It's what
Yeah.
you have to live with for the rest of your life, not your mom. And
And
so
it's
that's
also when you're
something
going to
you
college,
gotta look
that's,
into and
you know,
remember.
if you're going to college for something so specific like accounting, is that a job field you really want to do?
She doesn't. She does. She said
Yeah.
flat out she does not.
So, you have to do what you want to do. Because
Even
if you
even
don't
if you
have
don't know what
any
that
form
is
of
yet.
interest in it,
Yeah.
you're it's not a good decision. So,
This is also giving me the vibe that they might still live with their parents, since their parent has so much like, I guess, pressure on them. And also they say that they can't even get a fast food interview. So I have a feeling that they don't have a traditional job outside of school. Just the main advice I will give is you need to figure out who you are separately from your parents, I feel like. And that is something that I don't know if this individual got the chance to do yet in their life. And a lot of people don't get the chance to do that before college. And it's sometimes college is that for a lot of people. That's why some people see college as such a growth experience, because they don't get that opportunity to be their own people until college. Yeah, no. Anyways, we've been on this for a long time. We are sending so much love to you, OP, and we hope that everything works out. If you see this, comment down below. We would love to chat and just give you love and support. Everyone comment down below that they love Cosmic Freak, and that they hope that they're doing good.
Anyone who does not watch the episode and sees that is going to be very confused.
So watch the episode then, I guess.
Right. Okay, so I think the next one's a longer one.
Yes, this one's a longer one, so I'll try to get through it at a good speed, since we did take a little bit longer with the first one than we normally do. But there was a lot of advice I feel like we need to give. I like this subreddit so far. I feel like it feels very big sister advice. Yeah.
I will say this might be the last one, depending on how long of the episode.
Yeah, I'll try to move through it at a pretty good pace. This one says no advice needed, just venting, so we probably won't give as much advice afterwards. So
just want to get it off your chest, bitch. I mean, listen. The way you started off is a little intense.
The title of this story is I Hate My Roommate.
Her. We all do.
I think I fucking hate my roommate. At first, I thought I was just being a horrible person for not liking her, but I genuinely can't stand her, OMG. She talks all the time, even when I have my headphones on, studying, or when I'm trying to sleep. She's still trying to talk to me now as I'm trying to sleep, and I had to pretend I was texting my parents for her to stop yapping. And she went back to talking to me about random stuff for like 10 seconds. After like 10 seconds. Now I'm posting this insane and angry rant. I made the mistake of using the restroom in the middle of the night, and I accidentally woke her up, and now she won't stop talking. I've been up for an hour just fake laughing and saying yeah, or saying I'm gonna try to sleep now, just for her to say one more thing. Like, bitch, you said that 50 minutes ago and we are still talking. She always questions everything I do. Why do you stay up late to do homework? Why do you wear extensions? Why would you spend 8 hours doing your hair? I'm black. My protective styles take a long time to do myself. Yeah, no, that's 8 hours honestly is on the lower end of doing protective hairstyles sometimes.
Especially if you have like long hair or you're like long braid, girl.
Yeah, respect for you to do that by yourself. Like, damn, that takes
especially in college.
Okay. Why are you never in the dorm? Because I can do whatever I want. Leave me alone. She's loud as fuck in her sleep because she's either snoring or thrashing around loudly.
Oh my god.
Or she's trying to talk to me, in all caps. Or she's trying to talk to me, it's all caps. But she constantly calls me out for being too loud in the mornings when I'm literally tiptoeing around and trying to open doors as quietly as possible. She never takes out the trash. She leaves clothes and underwear on the floor, and I have to kick it over to her side. I literally don't even go to dorm anymore. Oh yeah, because this is a dorm room. I forgot how close quarters they're in. Ooh, oh, that's rough. I
had a roommate just like this.
Ooh, I don't even go to dorm anymore and only head back to sleep. And sometimes she'll ask about my homework like I'm in some weird competition with her. Like, I literally don't care what you are taking or how many APs you took. Please let me go to bed. Then she'll randomly trauma dump on me in the middle of the night about her parents, and it's like I don't even know you. It's like I don't even know you. Why are you trying to make me your therapist, you weirdo? Sometimes she'll say stuff like I'm so fat or ugly and no one wants her. And I need to physically stop myself from saying no one wants you because you are annoying as fuck. Now shut the fuck up and go to bed. This is what I deserve for being non-confrontational and shy, and I'm starting to lose it. Now everything about her pisses me off. Like, even stuff that I would normally find funny, I just get mad, and when she says it. The only good thing is that I'm more productive in an attempt to hide from her by going to the library. I'm afraid to tell my parents, excuse me, about this because I have no backbone and social anxiety. And I don't want to deal with the fallout of me requesting a room change. So yeah,
Girl.
you apparently had a roommate like this. I'm assuming when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
doing the abroad deal.
Oh, yeah. Because here's the thing. I had multiple. I had like 4 different roommates.
Mm.
And I only liked one of them. But then later on, she turned out to be a snake. Putting it nicely. Yeah, no, I had this one. She wouldn't fucking shut up. She would eat in our room and have ants come in our fucking room. I had a nice ass rug on my side and it was white and fluffy and it greeted my feet every time I put my foot down in the morning so I wasn't on the cold floor of a dorm room. And she dragged it over to her side and ate on it and got crumbs in it. And then when I told her, I was like, hey, can you go shake my rug, please? Because you were the one who ate on it. And I don't want to walk all the way down there and back up with this rug. She was like, no, it's your property. And then on top of that, in the middle of the night, mind you, our beds are maybe like max 6 feet apart from each other. It was a small corridor to get into this room, right? I'm sleeping peacefully. Roll over. She is dead awake, staring at me, having solo time, if you know what I mean. In the dorm room, while I'm in there, while I'm asleep, and she was staring at me.
Anyways,
I hated every moment of it. But yeah, no, I love your rant, girl.
yeah, honestly, go off,
note,
queen. Talk with the
honestly,
RA, honestly, or something. I don't know, man.
looking at the bright side, you would be really productive. You would spend a lot of time in the library. You would spend a lot of time studying. You would spend a lot of time doing homework elsewhere. Honestly, this could be a blessing in disguise. You might have a really good like first semester. This sounds like it might be a first semester, like a freshman.
Yeah, it feels like that. Also, someone commented, Adderall user roommates tend to do this all the time. And then the OP responded, bro, I'm on Adderall because I have ADHD. So I get the constant talking. And I even somewhat emphasized, but she is actually next level. Yeah, because I was about to say, like, maybe she has, like, ADHD or, like, she's on a medication and, like, can't tell when enough's enough. Yeah. Like, maybe she's autistic, like, she can't tell, like, the social cue of, like, she needs to leave. But, like, this is, like, next level
I had this one girl in my class when I was doing the study abroad thing.
Yeah.
She would talk all the time to the point of where her voice would be hoarse at the end of the day. And we were dancing and walking around in public and in museums and historic districts, constant talking to no one in particular, just to talk.
Listen, we're
just to hear the own sound of her voice. And I so badly wanted to tell her shut up, but again, I'm avoidant and I'm nice. I know. It's hard to believe. I'm really nice though. In person, I'm really shy. And I'm like,
nice. I'm really that. Like, you're not being mean. You're just being honest.
Yeah, no, like
you're not being mean. You're just being honest.
Like, see, I don't like if you don't have good social cues, I don't care. But like, if someone tells you, "Hey, can you stop talking, please? Can you stop like quiet?"
Oh, I'm gonna go to bed now.
And you proceed to keep going.
Yeah.
I will throw you out the window.
The problem is, if they are, like, say that the roommate is autistic, does not understand the social cues, doesn't understand I'm going to go to bed now, means please stop talking to me, I want to go to sleep. Because, like,
to sleep.
That is an undertone. But the OP apparently is so, like, socially anxious and non-confrontational, so she's not saying how she really feels either, and she's about to fucking snap. She needs to say something before she snaps, or else she's gonna snap when it's too late.
Honestly, like, if you don't want to take it to your parents, you can write a letter to your RA.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
because I have friends who've done that.
In the comments.
Yeah, like if you don't want to talk to your RA, like physically, like sit down and have a conversation with your RA, you can write them a letter, or email them, text if you have their text and stuff. I know a couple of my friends did that for their really bad roommates that they had for like first year. and just plead your case to an RA. And sometimes they'll sit down with the person and kind of be the mediator between you and them, to solve things, you know, so you don't have to be the one that's talking about it to them. And then sometimes they'll even be the ones that's like, hey, okay, yeah, it's probably better if you just switch rooms. I can help you with that process. But yeah, girl.
They're worried if they swap, they'll get a worse roommate, apparently.
That is the gamble
Yeah.
that you play.
I'm contemplating confronting her or on talking less and to stop asking so many invasive questions, but my social anxiety makes it so hard. Someone said, write a letter. It will help if you cannot be strict to have it in writing. Then go to the RA. Seems like it could seem like she's being used to being alone and is trying to push you out. So you need someone to make it even. So this person thinks that they're purposefully doing this so that they end up moving out and that she ends up having the place to herself. I don't think that's what's happening here, but it could be.
That's not how it works. If somebody moves out of the dorm, you're gonna get a new one. Yeah, you have to switch.
Exactly. I feel like maybe, I guess the point they're trying to make is like them leaving to go to the library all the time. They're now alone in the place
in the dorm
all the time.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like talking at night is like, if you
that's next level.
Alone, you don't have to do that. You know, you can just like leave them alone.
Because like at night, you can't go anywhere. Like you're kind of locked in there.
So I don't think that that's the case, but you know, cool theory.
You know,
but that's that one. I hope they get that figured out.
I hope you either A, have a really productive semester and like get really good grades from that studying, or B, you're able to get a new roommate that's better and you get along with better, or C, you find a compromise.
Yeah. I'm so non-confrontational too, so like I get the fear of like confrontation and not
I'm confrontational.
To fight. Oof,
I'm confrontational with two things.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm confrontational with two things, and that's hygiene, especially if you're living in my area, hygiene and my sleep. Those are the only two things I'm going to be confrontational about.
If I don't get sleep, I will become a different person. That is honestly, that is technically.
My thing is just someone that's dirty.
See, someone that's dirty, like messy, I don't mind. Dirty.
That's what I mean by like hygiene. Dirty. Like a little like clothes left out. Oh, because I didn't have enough time. Okay, just keep it on your side of the room.
If there's like if there's mold, then I'm.
My thing is like if you're like leaving like crumbs and like food out that's like rotting and molding and just like not taking care of yourself and like you can kind of tell. Yeah, no, that's another thing of like, hey, listen. No. Especially if we're sharing a room, sharing a living space.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways, okay. Want to go ahead and do this last one real quick?
Yeah, last story of the day is ex followed me to college. Girl,
this is from r/relationship, so this is a different subject. Yeah.
I think it might be a guy. I don't know. Well, babes is gender neutral.
Is this Elle Woods?
Yeah.
Is your ex Elle Woods following you to Harvard Law?
Lance me W Milkman. Okay, Milkman. Let's see what he got to say. Hey guys, so I've had something on my mind for a while and wanted to get some opinions. I got a lot of those for you. Over 3 months ago, me and my ex broke up. By the way, I am over her, but am annoyed and confused at the fact that she is going to the same college as me. Keep in mind, she didn't want to go to this college that I wanted to and had her mindset on a few other schools. She painted me as such a bad person, but is yet following me there. My problem with having my ex go to the same college as me is she is known by many, including myself, as a pathological liar and is known by others as a person who will falsely accuse you of doing something to tarnish your reputation. Is it smarter to go to the same college and just avoid or go to another class? I was accepted into
another college I was accepted into
to escape the issue altogether. My ex is going to the same college as me, intentionally, and I need some opinions.
Oof. Okay.
Huh.
Interesting. So it feels like this one feels way more like, I don't know. It feels like you maybe they just got into this is from 4 years ago, so this is an older story. So whatever
Yeah.
happened has happened. They're probably graduated by now, or they're graduating
Honestly,
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
It feels like your ex. Okay, one of two deals. So they're pathological liars. So they totally could have just specifically gone to your school because they want to ruin your life, right? They want to accuse you of shit. They want to ruin your fucking life. And if that's the case, run, bitch. If they are the type of person to do that, I would.
Oh, this
transfer.
happened in Florida.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Listen,
his backup school is U Miami.
Oh.
Listen.
Yeah.
This one
I'm a Florida
we're not
girl,
gonna give.
but I am by force, not by choice. I was born here.
I'm trying to go to U Tampa for fall 2021 nursing. Okay, well, listen. This was 3 years ago. You're probably done. You're probably done with school. Unless you go to nursing, and then you probably got
I will
some
say
more
this
years
was
left.
during COVID, so like honestly, you're probably not even gonna see them that much. You're probably doing a lot of
Yeah.
online lectures. Gonna be completely frank with you.
Being honest, I mean, if she's a pathological liar and you really want to go to that school, don't let her stop you from chasing your dream, babe. Go after your dream. If that's your school you want, go to the school you want. Just be aware of what she's done in the past.
Keep an eye out.
Don't socialize with her.
Yeah.
Friend groups of her. Really just ignore, avoid. Do not do all that if you can. And if you want to go to a different college and you still have that option, go to a different college if you still like it.
Yeah.
If it's one you want.
Now, if you're scared that she will literally like say shit that is completely false and ruin your life, I would transfer. I would transfer. Yeah. If she's that bad. Like, I don't know how bad this girl is. I don't know I don't know the crazy shit she's done. If she's that crazy that you're worried she might say like you did something to her or spread rumors about you that like literally could keep you from either one, graduating, or two, having any connections in college, then I'd probably just transfer. Now, if she's just a liar and like a petty bitch, I honestly would just I just try to avoid her, try to go in different circles. If she specifically tries to keep getting into your circle, then that's when you maybe talk to her and say, hey, I feel like you're continuing to try to be in my circles, and I feel like we should just talk about this and like talk it out. Again, if she's someone you can talk it out with, I don't know how crazy she is.
It seems like from everything in the comments, it's not like you can talk it out. And he got accepted before she did. She wanted to go to the same university as he did when they were dating, and then they broke up, and then she got accepted afterwards. But it says that he got accepted to U Miami for psychology for spring 2022, and he loved the campus. So I would say the best piece of advice and kind of what sums it up is by R Harper 38, and it says, "Go to the school you want to go to, ignore her." Got the best one.
Ignore her. Period. Harper. Period. Yeah.
But those were some good stories.
Yeah, those were good. I like college stories. Honestly, they were fun. Some people were asking us to do more themed Reddit readings. I forget the specific person that I remember I read you their comment. But thank you for asking for that. We're gonna be doing a little bit more themes going on because we've read so many of just random ones. I feel like having themes will make it a little bit more structured, which will be fun. Yeah. Also, we may or may not be having a slight revamp to everything up in the coming few months. So keep an eye out for that.
Also, there might be some special episodes where we are actually in the same room together. Hopefully those can happen. And there might be a celebratory 21st podcast episode where we might be getting a little drunk, and you guys can drink responsibly if you're over the age of 21 with us. And I feel like that'd be really what if I'm thinking out loud here, the episode's almost over, guys, so but what if that was the episode what if that was the episode where you read your guys's true stories? It can be scary
I was just real life. That up before this week, wasn't I?
Or just a rant that you want us to read, and we can give you drunk advice. Yeah, and we can give you drunk advice.
Yeah, wait,
and I feel like that'd be a really good
community. I
Vibe.
turn 21 on November 25th, and we're probably going to see each other early next year. So, like,
Yeah, like
that would
January.
be really fun to do an episode where we can drink together and stuff. So,
and like be kind of like bringing in the new year.
Yeah.
You know, get a little tipsy.
Why not? Wait, we could do like a New Year's Eve like dress kind of vibe, like even if it's late. Because why not?
It's okay.
We're
fashionably late.
Fashionably late. We're a slut for a theme. Fashionably late.
Yes.
Period. Dress to impress in real life.
Literally. Also, if we decide to go have our little clubbing moment together, we'll already have cute dresses because of that.
We will.
You guys might honestly have like a little bit of like a fashion vibe going on.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I'll have my house then, so I could set us up with like a little set for the episode. Girl, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's gonna be fun.
Next time, I'm gonna go ahead and link in this episode description. That way, I have to do it.
Yeah.
A Google form if you guys want to submit your own stories. We
it could be scary true stories. It could be
for a little while, but you know, we'll accumulate them, and just make sure to keep everything anonymous so that no one comes and you know, sues your ass.
There'll be some rules in the top of it that you guys should follow.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and rate us 5 stars if you are listening on podcasting platforms. And if you want to see more of us girlies, you can follow us on Instagram at sheknowsitpod.
Yes. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.